Capizol will be here shortly in that. So they toured the jail today. All right, so we'll call the meeting order with half past.
Adequate notice of this meeting was provided in accordance with Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, Senator Byron M. Bear, Open Public Meetings Act.
We'll take a moment of silence. Thanks. Tell you what to do, flag signature.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We were with Mr. Capizola this afternoon. He said he had a little family thing going on, and he was hoping to be here. He's going to do his best. Okay, but he and I and Commissioner Lodes toured the jail today, and he did tell me that he might be a little late or he might not be able to make it.
Okay. We'll do a roll call. If they come in, we'll just we'll make sure they're announced when they call in. So.
Commissioner Pearson?
Didn't sound comfortable.
Present.
Commissioner Musso? Here. Commissioner Capizola? Commissioner Saleo?
Here.
Commissioner Lodes? Deputy Director Romero?
Here.
Director Albrecht?
Here. And now we're going to open for public comment period. And so can I have a vote on that?
A motion and second.
Motion is second.
Second.
So moved.
Okay. Mayor Pearson. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Would anybody from the public like to speak on what's going, I guess, what's on the agenda?
Dean Hawk, Upper Deerfield. Ordinance number 1. Is it, I didn't get a chance to list it. Is it listed what this money is paying for anywhere?
I'm going to cover it in the budget presentation.
When?
The same meeting.
Tonight?
No, the 25th. So the ordinance is being, having a public hearing on the 25th. So I'm going to do the budget presentation, and then the ordinance will be read for second reading and for public hearing after that. So I may be able to address it then.
So if we want to know now or ahead of time, we won't be able to have
I can get that to you. That's no problem.
Why don't we have it with it? Seriously.
When we do the ordinance, we just put it in summary terms. So in the ordinance, it'll specify like such and such amount for technology, such and such for small equipment, large equipment. But then the actual, like if we're getting like an F-450, that's in a separate like itemized detail. So I can get that to you. I plan on including that in the budget presentation. I'll get that to you ahead of time.
No, that's not necessary. Seriously, I just think that in reality, it should be in here. I mean that, because we have all these people sitting here. That's why they're here.
Yeah.
Okay?
I can attach it.
Yeah, have we done that in the past? Give specific budget?
I think it has been done in the past,
Yeah.
honestly.
That's no problem. I can attach it for
Is it so advanced that you can't?
No, it's just.
I mean, seriously, otherwise, we're here, and we want to get information, we want to have questions. Well, to be honest with you, I don't have a question. I don't have anything to ask.
Post it?
All right.
Like, is it on the website, the complete?
Not the itemized detail.
Not the itemized detail. That's what you want, Mr. Hall?
But I want something.
Something.
I want something to give me an idea of what
Separates
you're doing.
out by like, what type of improvement it is. So
Okay.
it breaks it out, so if it's small equipment, it'll give a useful life, it'll get the amount that we're setting aside, and then the amount that would be authorized for bonds or notes.
Not only can you get it from Mr. Hall, could you also see if you could post the budget, I guess, on the website, at least someone could.
Yeah, the budget's on the website, but like I said, the itemized detail for that specific ordinance is not, and I can totally do that, it's not a problem.
Okay. I just think it should be done, that's
It's a
all.
$20 bond.
Really. Thanks.
I apologize.
No problem.
Question, are any deviant changes between now and say the next, so then it's not really a problem at all?
No, it's not an issue.
I just want to make a note that Commissioner Rhodes needs to arrive.
Yeah, the record should reflect 6:05. Yep. She walked in.
All right, so, sorry, Mr. Cecilia, did you get your answer?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
So, all right, we'll make sure that that's, for that bond issue, I wasn't budgeting the bond issue. Yeah, you should have specifics, or at least an itemized idea of what we're putting, because every year we do this, the $6 million bond, relatively $6 million bond, we do, so.
Okay.
So we'll try to make sure it's there, so.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Thanks. See, don't look at a motion in a second to close.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, you want to read the resolutions? Okay.
Resolution 2023-251, resolution authorizing the extended issuance of a purchase order to the State of New Jersey DEP land use regulations for a permit fee to replace bridge. Do I have a motion and second?
Motion.
So moved.
Roll call. Commissioner Pearson.
Yes.
Commissioner Musso.
Yes.
Commissioner Capizola. Commissioner Saleo.
Yes.
Commissioner Lodes.
Yes.
Deputy Director Romero.
Yes.
Director Albright.
Yes.
Resolution 2023-252, resolution authorizing purchase from New Jersey State contract vendor for miscellaneous uniform accessories for the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call. Commissioner Pearson.
Yes.
Commissioner Musso.
Yes.
Commissioner Capizola. Commissioner Saleo.
Yes.
Commissioner Lodes.
Yes.
Deputy Director Romero. Director Albright.
Yes. Commissioner Capizol was not present, so you don't.
Resolution 2023-253, resolution recognizing April 9th through April 15th, 2023 as National Public Safety Telecommunicator Week and honoring Cumberland County Public Safety Telecommunicators for their dedication and service to our community. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Commissioner Pearson?
Yes.
Commissioner Musso?
Yes.
Commissioner Saleo?
Yes.
Commissioner Lodes?
Yes.
Deputy Director Romero?
Yes.
Director Albright?
Yes, I'd like to just make a real quick comment. It's actually, it's an honor because my best friend was up 33 years as the dispatcher for state police, was honored today by the colonel of the state police. So he really, actually, my son was up there, he bumped into my son at the museum for state police out of blue. But it was really, he doesn't really say a lot, he says a lot, but not in the sense of what he does. And to be honored, he was very pleased. So it's really an unsung position that people, they do every day and normally don't get much recognition at all. And it's actually great that we're finally saying that when someone makes a call, these are the people that answer and make sure they get help. And the first responders rely on these people. They're actually the backbone. I know the state troopers, they rely on that person on that line when they're out in the field. And I know everyone else, the fire department, police, the EMS, all rely on the telecommunications. They are the backbone. They are what make things go. So I want to say thank you. So.
Resolution 2023-254, resolution authorizing payment of bills. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Pearson?
Yes.
Commissioner Musso?
Yes.
Commissioner Saleo?
Yes.
Commissioner Lodes?
Yes.
Deputy Director Romero?
Yes.
Director Albright?
Yes. All right, we're going to review the agenda for next 2 weeks from now. Remind you that we will, as we started, we will go to the courthouse, but I just want to announce that we probably will not in the future go to the courthouse. It's, for the public, it's great. For the commissioners, it's very tough to sit in that area. It's not very comfortable at all. We still will road trip to different places in this county. Hopefully in the future we will maybe have a bigger room that we can spread out and everybody will be happy that the public, our staff, but also the commissioners, we tried it. So if we do need a big room, we'll use it. But right now I think we're okay until if there's something we need to have, we'll do that. So go ahead, Cynthia.
Okay, we'll be starting with the budget presentation by CFO Jeff Ridgway. And we'll move on to the public hearing on budget and tax resolution. And then the resolution to adopt the budget. Resolution 14166, resolution adopting the 2023 county budget authorizing $1,003,700 to be raised by taxation in support of the county budget. Ordinance 2023-1, bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements in and by the County of Cumberland, New Jersey, appropriating $6,400,000, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $6,080,000 bonds for notes of the county to finance part of the cost thereof. Ordinance number 14172, ordinance establishing the New Jersey County Option Hospital Fee Program for the County of Cumberland.
That ordinance, so we're introducing it to the public at that meeting. The public hearing would be in May. We have a consultant that assisted us with developing the fee and expenditure report for this and developing the program in its entirety. The consultant's going to be here for the public hearing to present everything to the board, the public, answer any questions. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay, sorry.
Will that be our first meeting in May or second?
The second meeting in May.
We're going to go into the consent resolutions, agenda resolutions.
I remind you that the consent agenda, that you guys have something that this is the time to speak up and some off, making a comment, or just if you have an issue with it, it's a good, this is sets up 2 weeks from now, so thanks.
Resolution 2023-196, resolution rescinding resolution 2022-654, awarding a contract for 2021 TTF road program, City of Millville, Cumberland County, New Jersey, bid number 22-49, and authorizing the resubmission of bid number 22-49. Resolution number 14090, resolution awarding a contract for providing various social services for the homeless for the County of Cumberland, Cumberland County Department of Human Services, RFP number 22-63, resubmission. Resolution number 14092, resolution rejecting all bids received for providing preventative maintenance and repair for emergency generators at various Cumberland County locations and authorizing for re-advertising for the request for bids, bid number 23-03. Resolution number 14114, resolution authorizing purchase from New Jersey State contract vendor for one 2023 Dodge Ram 1500 SSV 4x4 for the County of Cumberland, for the Cumberland County Division of Weights and Measures. Resolution number 14116, resolution authorizing purchase of Commvault Systems premium maintenance renewal for the Department of Information Technology. Resolution 14120, resolution amending resolution 2021-444 and authorizing an addendum to the collective negotiations agreement between the United Auto Workers of America and the County of Cumberland for the 5-year period from January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2025. Resolution number 14121, resolution declaring 2010 Ford Crown Victoria as surplus and unneeded property and authorizing the sale of said vehicle to the Upper Deerfield Township.
Just a question, who's deciding that these vehicles, who pays them out? Who's making that decision, that who gets what, when?
So you'll note that after the last meeting, I did circulate a memo to the board. And today, actually, in conversation, I was reminded that there are 2 forms that are supposed to be used, right? One is, I believe, for purposes of declaring a suggestion that the vehicle be declared excess and unneeded. And the other is for an outside party to say, hey, we would like to be connected to a vehicle. That, by design, should come to administration, and then it should come to you all to make the decision. I can't tell you how this got here, but I can tell you how it should evolve, and that was the purpose of my memo right after your last meeting.
Can you, in future, also get a rundown of, because they always mention repairs, what's wrong with the vehicle? Could we at least get a list of what they say is wrong with it, and that's why we're giving that out?
Absolutely, and if I were to make a suggestion, you would have a liaison, somebody to look at that and to express an opinion, rather than get here.
Well, it's actually already a part of the form, so if there is like a value that they think that the vehicle's worth, any issues, they're supposed to attach a quote to it to see what it would cost to bring that thing into working order. So I think the practice going forward would be anytime this comes before the board to attach those forms so that at least it's in your packet, the public can be aware of it.
Okay, that would be nice.
I think that'll
What
alleviate it.
department the vehicle do you understand?
Yeah, that's sheriff, I think.
Sheriff
It's
Department?
another sheriff's vehicle, I believe that's accurate.
That would probably make sense as a crime, yeah.
Yeah, the ground.
It's sheriff's department.
That's 128.
And we may need to re-enunciate that policy as well.
That's part of the time.
Just this way,
We'll save some questions to the public too, everybody.
well, because there's 2, maybe, and I'll say there's 2 people on this board that look at vehicles differently. There probably 5 other people, that's all. So it would be nice to know, and that.
Probably worth about 10 grand.
Yeah. So, all right, thank you, I appreciate that.
Resolution number 14140, resolution authorizing provision of access control of Vigiline proprietary software and hardware, including programming and training at County Clerk's Office from Omnia Partners Public Sector Contract Vendor. Resolution number 14141, resolution authorizing approval to submit a grant application and to execute a grant agreement with the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs, LIHEAP CWA Administration Grant. Resolution number 14142, resolution authorizing approval to submit a grant application and to execute a grant agreement with the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs Universal Service Fund Administration Grant. Resolution number 14143, resolution approving budget amendment, LIHEAP CWA Administration Grant, $8,086. Resolution 14144, resolution approving budget amendment, Universal Service Fund, CWA Administration Grant, $5,391. Resolution number 14145, resolution authorizing a settlement agreement and mutual release of claims arising out of eminent domain action entitled Cumberland County Improvement Authority versus MCM 3118 LLC et al., Superior Court of New Jersey, Law Division, docket number Cumberland L C82-19.
I like this form.
Resolution number 14146, resolution authorizing refund to the City of Vineland for acquisition of the property needed for the Burns Avenue expansion project authorized under the multi-party agreement dated August 27, 2019.
This also.
Resolution number 14147, Resolution authorizing application to and acceptance of FY20 Justice Assistant Grant Program from the New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety, Office of the Attorney General for the Cumberland County Prosecutor's Office. Resolution number 14149, resolution proclaiming May 2023 as Mental Health Awareness Month. Resolution number 14152, resolution authorizing purchase from New Jersey State Contract Vendor for the 26 24-inch monitors, 13 Optiplex, and 5 Latitude for the Prosecutor's Office. Resolution 14154, resolution authorizing the award of a non-fair and open contract for fair protection. Pending.
Still pending, can we have that pulled then? Pending.
Resolution number 14155, resolution approving change order number 1 and final to contract for specifications for 2021 drainage improvements, City of Vineland and townships of Commercial, Deerfield, Greenwich, Hopewell, Stowe Creek, and Upper Deerfield, Cumberland County, New Jersey.
I think we should just pull that on and just have a big explanation, that's all.
Since the work's already in progress.
Works already in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pull it off, and we'll just do that. I would say deny it, just give it up. It's 13% increase. Just deny it.
Resolution 14157, resolution approving change order number 1 and final to contract 2020 Federal Road Program, Cities of Bridgeton and Millville and Townships of Commercial and Down, Cumberland County, New Jersey, bid number 20-73. Resolution number 14158, resolution authorizing approval to submit a grant application for the FY 2023 Preventing School Violence, Stop School Violence Program.
With response to Madam Prosecutor, could you real quick on this, just an explanation, because what I get is that we have a lot of people working on the same issue, stop youth violence. What is going to make this any different than every other program that we support and
Good evening. For the record, Jennifer Webb McCray, Cumberland County Prosecutor. Currently, we have a Stop School Violence grant. With that grant, we mapped all of the schools so that if we had an active shooter incident in the school, police officers can get to where they need to go and be directed by dispatchers. So everyone on the 911 system, all of the public schools, and I believe daycares as well, are mapped at this point. In addition, we've used some of those funds to create a tip line similar to the anonymous tip line for crime for schools. So if students have tips, they can report those tips and it goes to school administrators. Finally, we have what's called a youth tip program, which is Youth Trauma Informed Protocol, which is when police respond to an event that is traumatic. There's 11 or 12 cited things like suicide, like arrest of a parent, like domestic violence, things of those nature. It's reported to the schools. The school administrators don't know what the event is. They just know that there was a traumatic event, and then they handle that child with care. And the goal is to not discipline children who are acting out because they are subjected to traumatic events. So with this new application, we want to continue some of those programs. There are costs associated that we pay for right now for the server, for the mapping, and there are costs for the automated program that we are just rolling out for the youth tip program as well. So we want permission to apply for this new round of funding so that we can continue some of these programs and also think of new things that we can do with the money to keep the schools safe.
Is this the children can also call these hotlines supposedly?
Yes.
How do they get this information then? Is it?
It's rolled up through each individual school district. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We were lucky that in the grant that we just were in right now, we had funds set aside for that, and then we found out that there was another free program. It was another grant, but we could get free, and we were able to cover more schools. So knowing that at some point that's going to run out, we want to make sure we have these funds so that we can continue some of that work.
Are most of the schools mapped now? Most of the schools?
Yes, the public schools, and I can get the list, but I believe it's the public schools and the daycares are all mapped.
Not
There are charter schools as well that are mapped.
Okay. And
Yes.
is that shared with the 911, or is that shared?
Absolutely, and all of the police departments as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Resolution 14159, resolution awarding fair and open contract for supplying and delivering shelf-stable meals for the Cumberland County Office on Aging Disabled, RFP number 23-14. Resolution number 14160, resolution authorizing approval to submit a grant application to the U.S. Department of Justice Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services for the FY 2023 Community Policing Development Microgrant Program. Resolution 14161, resolution authorizing the award of non-fair and open contract Tritech Systems and annual maintenance pending.
You want to pull that off?
Yes.
Okay.
Resolution number 14162, resolution authorizing settlement in a mediation matter of Andrew Sklar, Chapter 7 trustee for SODAT of New Jersey Incorporated, Cumberland County American Arbitration Association, case number 01-22-0003-9583.
I don't pull it up. Yeah. I'll just pull it off. Is that yours, the main?
Absolutely, I can explain that when we get there.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Resolution number 14163, resolution approving change order number 1 and final to contract for specifications for the 2021 Local Freight Impact Fund Road Program, Commercial Township, Cumberland County, New Jersey. Resolution 14165, resolution approving the 2023 Cumberland County Board of Health budget appropriating $4,197,888 and authorizing $3,050,000 to be raised by taxation by the Cumberland County Health Board.
I would like this off, just to talk about it.
Resolution 14167, resolution declaring May 2023 as Older Americans Month in Cumberland County. Resolution 14168, resolution amending the 2023 cash management plan of the County of Cumberland, New Jersey. Resolution 14169, resolution rejecting all submissions for life and accidental death and disability insurance for Cumberland County and authorizing advertising for requests for proposals, RFP number 23-13. Resolution number 14170, resolution authorizing purchases from the state contract vendors. Resolution number 14171, resolution authorizing approval of the South Jersey Regional Workforce Development Collaborative Regional.
I like this poll so we can tell off the public what this is going to be done. This is pretty major, so.
Resolution number 14173, resolution authorizing increase of monetary ceiling for legal expenses in the litigation matter of Crystal Brown versus Cumberland County et al., docket number CUML 438-21.
Yes or no?
No, that's no sense of it. It's
You're going to prepare to go over some of these things, right?
Absolutely.
Resolution number 14174, resolution authorizing increase of monetary ceiling for legal expenses in the litigation matter of Nina Politis versus County of Cumberland et al., Superior Court of New Jersey, Law Division, CUN-L-0817-21.
Commissioner Pearson, do you have any on these two? Thanks.
Resolution.
Which one?
The first two, Brown and Crystal Brown and Nina Politis.
No.
Okay.
Resolution number 14175, resolution authorizing increase of monetary ceiling for legal expenses in the litigation matter of Brown Clark et al. Versus Charles Warren, U.S. District Court, docket number 1:20-CV-7907. Resolution number 14176, resolution authorizing increase of monetary ceiling for legal expenses in the litigation matter of Todd Ford Jr. versus Gordon Smith, Cumberland County, U.S. District Court, docket number 1:20-CV-12655 and 1:20:CV-8863.
Let's pull this off and just leave it explanation. So,
That's the class.
number 35, let's both, I apologize, but this way it can be discussed.
Resolution number 14177, resolution authorizing purchase from New Jersey State Contract Vendor for renewals of Microsoft Office 365 licenses and related software and support for the Cumberland County Department of Information and Technology. Resolution number 14178, resolution authorizing grant agreement in the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs, Division of Housing and Community Resources. Resolution number 14179, resolution amending Resolution 2022-726, resolution amending and authorizing the award of a non-fair and open professional service contract for engineering service support for the P25-700 MHZ digital trunk radio system for Greenwich, Cedarville, and J.C. Plaza Engineering.
If you could pull this off, I'd like to at least acknowledge what's going on with that.
Resolution number 14181, resolution authorizing a license agreement between Cumberland County and Cumberland Mall Realty Holding LLC for the Cumberland Farmers Market. Resolution number 14183, resolution authorizing assignment of disciplinary appeals of Sheriff's Office employees Jesus Nueves to the law firm of Blaney, Donahue, and Weinberg, P.C. Resolution number 14184, resolution authorizing an inter-county mutual aid and assistance agreement with participating units. Resolution 14186, resolution amending Resolution 2023-227, reappointing members to the Children's Interagency Coordinating Council. Resolution number 14185, resolution authorizing participation in a partnership with the United States Army Corps of Engineers and Morris River Township for Phase 1 study to investigate the increase to the authorized dredge depth of the Morris River. Resolution number 14187, resolution amending Resolution 2023-249, authorizing application to an agreement with the New Jersey Department of Health for a mini grant for the Senior Citizen Farmer Market Voucher Program. Resolution number 14188, resolution awarding contract for providing fire alarm, sprinkler, clean agent, and kitchen suppression system inspection services and as-needed repairs at various Cumberland County buildings. Bid number 23-15. Resolution number 14189, resolution authorizing contract agreement with the New Jersey Department of Human Services, Division of Disability Services for the fiscal year 2024, renewal of funding under the Personal Assistant Services Program. Resolution number 14190, resolution authorizing exploration of acquisition of a leasehold interest in the East Point Lighthouse and possible purchase of surrounding properties for purposes of seeking to develop a county park system.
We will make the motion to accept the consent agenda. Not yet? That's next
Yeah,
week.
that's next week.
Yes.
A motion and a second to open public comment.
We have a motion and a second to open.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone would like to make a comment on the consent agenda, but what we talked about or anything.
Mr. Hunt, it's been a while.
Pardon?
It's been a while.
I got dressed up for you. 14181, it's the Cumberland Mall Farmers Market.
It's through the tourism group that we, that they have worked with the Cumberland Mall to start a farmers, our local products. We bought an area where they could actually be showed and demonstrated. And so the agreement with Cumberland Mall is that they put an area aside that we're gonna have vendors sell their goods, and the other thing comes to mind is honey. So local farmers are developing honey, they're gonna sell that. To sell in that place, I think it's every weekend for so many weeks.
Every weekend, I think.
Every weekend, and if it works.
Is it going to be inside the mall or in
Inside
the
the
parking
mall.
lot?
No, inside the mall.
Okay, and who's paying for it?
We're, actually, this is what we voted on.
It's a subsidized rate, though. The mall
It's
is,
a lower rate for the rental space.
Yeah, so we're trying to develop our farmers to give them more markets to deal with. Most of these are smaller farmers, so.
Okay. Also, sorry about that. 14190. This idea of purchasing the East Point Lighthouse.
No, not purchasing.
That purchase of the lighthouse, they are actually, it's actually right now, they're going through a lease process with the DEP. And it's actually, the federal government owns it, but the DEP, they leased it to the DEP, now they're trying to sublease it to the group that handles the East Point Lighthouse. So they're, the DEP puts them through hurdles, I don't know if anyone follows this, puts them through hurdles, so we thought, we're trying to expand parks through the county, so East Point Lighthouse, which brings a lot of tourism into this county, could be a natural place where we would do the southern part of the county, get a park system. There's also land across the meadow that is a campground. So we thought maybe combine that. The idea is to take it out of DEP's hands and let them battle with somebody a little bigger, which is the county. We would not run the East Point Lighthouse, it would still be the same group running it. They do a fantastic job. So we just want to ponder the idea.
I'd like to expand on that too, because
Go ahead.
DEP's actually been creating a lot of hurdles for the East Point Lighthouse to even just stay in existence.
They're going to charge them, right?
And that's another thing too. Plus, they want to charge any articles that they charge in the museum.
You want to say
They
something?
want to put, what, $1.50 on it or something like that?
So-
It's ridiculous.
if I could
It's in a
inter-
museum.
if I could interject.
Yes.
Technically, the title is held by the state of New Jersey since the 50s. And the DEP, just like the Fortescue Marina that the state owns, the DEP looks for suitors to rent the property, right, by agreement, license agreement, and that's what's going on. And my sense is that there's a lot of frustration on both ends right now about and what we don't want is that facility shut down so that it ceases to be a draw to southern New Jersey.
Well,
It came to life with this group. It didn't come to life because of the DEP's effort. They just would like it to fall into the water, I guess. So we think it's a treasure. So again, I hope we answered your question.
The idea of responsibility for it, for the lighthouse, if there were problems, and I'll tell you why, I'm almost positive the lighthouse is built on ground that is below sea level. And, maybe 10 years ago, there was a very large building project, putting a dike all the way around it, and I believe it was federal.
Yeah, the Army Corps of Engineers was involved in putting up the berms.
Right,
To stop
so
erosion.
let's say we had a storm come through, and that berm was wiped out. Who would be responsible for fixing it if we even wanted it fixed? You know, where's the responsibility lie
That's
from
still-
there?
That's what we're going to explore.
You certainly in no way would be guaranteeing
Yeah.
the structure that's in some kind of a compromised position or status. You're a tenant. you're a user. And that would all have to be negotiated.
Yeah.
But in no way would you be looking to stick your necks out to say you'd rebuild it if it was washed away.
Yes.
You can't.
But you're in this
The key words are
in this
interest.
resolution, you're talking about purchasing land around it to make a park.
No, that's what I was alluding to. There's a campground across the way which has a boat ramp too, which is also a person that's up in years that may be looking, the DEP's looking to purchase that and then it roll back into a meadow. And that's why I thought, well, we're looking at the East Point Lighthouse, let's look at that property also, so that it's still a viable piece of property. I think people live there year round, but it could be developed that, and this would give us camping spaces, so it's just, we're exploring the possibility.
Okay.
To be clear, this resolution isn't saying that we're going to enter a lease or a purchase, it's to explore. I think that's important to express.
And the reason, and kind of all those things you're asked, we actually threw back and forth talking, because, yeah, what the questions you're asking are great questions, because we've actually kind of pondered that too. We just think that, that this may be an opportunity that we should step forward if we're gonna develop something. East Point Lighthouse is a destination, and it's cherished by the Morris River Township and the people down there. And people do go down there and they enjoy it. That if we're gonna do something, this might be a great place to start. The DP puts them through many, many hurdles, and it's a volunteer group that has made that building what it is. Nothing to the DP, and they're really at their wits' end because the DEP doesn't care. They don't care. And you mentioned that the berm or the one around it, it was never completed. So it was never done the way it was designed to do, and it's failed. And it's failed, which is that in itself has put the East Point Lighthouse in jeopardy. The people that run it would like to fix that, and the DEP gives them all kinds of problems, even trying to save certain things. So, Mr. Hawk, everything you say is actually very right on.
You know what the sad part is too? The sad part of Mr. Love is that it's one of the few points of interest that we have in Cumberland County.
No, you have Leesburg Prison.
Well,
They could go from there to the prison, and Southern State and then home.
But I'm just saying, but it's one of the few, and I've taken my grandkids there, Christmas time, for the holidays, for the butterfly release. Those things are something that these children need in our community. And the East Point Lighthouse is something that gives them, they love going to the very top of that lighthouse and looking out, you know. It's just, it's a good feeling for the children. It's a good feeling for families to go down. And they bring in, I think they have what they call the Lighthouse Challenge in the state of New Jersey, which there's like 12 or 13 different lighthouses. It would be a shame to see our one lighthouse that we have in Cumberland County be wiped off the map, and then people go take the challenge and they all up the East Coast and start from Cape May all the way up. It's something that's a piece of culture, it's a piece of history that I think needs to be preserved, and what we can do is the best we can without costing the county money.
That's my question. I just want to make sure we cover we protect ourselves.
Yeah.
Exploring that option.
All right.
We would like to be proactive instead of.
Otherwise, I'll go back to my hole.
Anyone else?
Jennifer Webb McCrae, Cumberland County Prosecutor. I can say, as a person who has spent my childhood going to the lighthouse, it is a piece of Cumberland County history. My cousin has a trailer in that campground right there, and it's a really nice place for young people to go and see both the lighthouse as well as the horseshoe crabs. So, but that's not what I'm here about today. I just want to let everybody know that the week of April 23rd is National Crime Victims' Rights Week. The theme this year is Survivor Voices, Elevate, Engage, Affect Change. We are collaborating with Cumberland County Human Services, Melissa Niles' department, and we are going to be holding a program at the Capital Recovery Center on April 25th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. We will have a speaker there. Her name is Adriana Montalvo Andahar. She is a domestic violence survivor, and she'll be speaking about opposition to opportunity. And we also have 2 workshops called Shields of Survival. So we are encouraging victim survivors and their families to participate in our recognition of National Crime Victims' Rights Week. And I do have a few flyers if anyone would like one. Thank you.
Thanks, thank you. Anyone else?
Hi, Danielle Carroll, Vineland. I'm here to talk about a possible letter that I drafted for the board calling for a moratorium on the offshore wind activity that's going on that may be impacting our whales and our sonar mammals living in our sea. So far, since March 3rd, 10 whales have come up along the shore. No reason why. By the time they do an autopsy, it's kind of old. The whales are deteriorated. And I'm with a group that feels that there should be an investigation. And I feel that our county, even though we're not on the coast, we're on the other coast. So who's to say something won't happen on our other coast if people decide to bring that wind turbine farm that they're looking at? I'm not against green energy. I'm not saying go against it, but just side with our congressman who has created a bill, an H.R. 1 amendment to include an investigation in the death of these whales, dolphins, and Atlantic sturgeon. These are wonderful creatures. They're our brothers and sisters. And I think that we should stand also with our sister counties that are suffering these causes. It's a big industry. If it's hurting these whales, it's going to be hurting other sea life. The whales are really actually quite green in what they do with their bodies. They can collect up to 30 tons of carbon dioxide in a lifetime. They drop to the bottom of the ocean when they die, and they dissipate, and their dioxide goes into the phytoplankton that then releases oxygen back into the air. And it's also very good for the coral reefs that are not doing so well in our coastal area as well. So I have a letter drafted with, the idea of just looking for a moratorium on this sonar mapping. They send this sonar shock into the ground to see if these wind turbines can withstand, or the ocean floor can withstand these turbines. And the sonar, my group believes, could have some type of harmful position on the sonar animals, causing them to lose their balance, to go into different areas, not to their breeding area, not to their feeding area. So I brought some bookmarkers for you guys to become aware of those whales. And here's a draft of this letter that I'd like to deliver to the members of the New Jersey delegation on our part as Cumberland County. And then when we're done with that, I will also be visiting our 13 mayors in the municipalities of Cumberland County to join us. So I would really love to have that done if you could find it in your hearts. Thank you.
We will take under consideration, the commissioners will talk about it, so, okay. Thanks.
It's a non-cost.
Anyone else? All right, seeing none, Ms. Bridwell? All right, seeing none,
Next time.
what's that?
I'll wait the next time.
Okay. I don't want to leave you out, so.
That's the normal.
Can we close the public session?
I need a motion and a second.
A motion and a second.
Second.
All in favor? Before we move into, we will have an executive session tonight. Oh, actually, we'll do commission reports next time. But before we move into executive session, do we expect any action in the executive session at all?
Not, well, you'd never take it in, but after, we expect no,
Okay.
yeah, no action.
Okay, but I would like to read the statement, because I did promise Mr. Hawk that we would start telling the question he's asked about what's going on with the jail. If I said it right, and so we will, this will be the first statement, and then we will slowly bring statement. Every time we have an update, we will then bring in more statements as we go, and we will release information. So bear with me in my reading here, but on January 6th, the Cumberland County Commission reorganized for 2023, inheriting an existing situation of terminating a jail project, an inadequate existing correction facility, and an ongoing obligation to outsource over 300 inmates, 300 Cumberland County inmates a day to other correctional facilities. The existing agreement to do so consisted of sending over 300 inmates per day to the correction facility in Hudson County, New Jersey. The 2023 commissioners immediately ordered county employees to review and internally investigate the terminated jail project. That review has determined that the proper statutory legal procedures were not followed on several occasions, and other irregularities as to the jail project appear to exist. A few sad apparent realities of the terminated Cumberland County jail project include: the Cumberland County has paid over $484,540 to purchase and $1,836,675 to clear and grade a property on which to build the terminated jail project, but the county does not own the land. Cumberland County has paid over $3,574,304 to an architectural firm for a jail plan the county probably will not be able to use. Cumberland County has paid the Cumberland County Improvement Authority over $1,551,789 on both jail project manager and jail construction manager for construction of jail that was not built. Cumberland County paid $8,056,463 to a builder that started to build, but then was told not to build a jail that Cumberland County desperately needed and still needs. And in total, Cumberland County has paid about $16,505,281.88 in total costs related to the property it does not own, plans it probably cannot use, and a jail that was started but not completed. Irregularities as to the terminated jail project include no record exists that the county commissioners ever properly authorized $46 million contract to construct the jail, nor did the Cumberland County Improvement Authority or the Cumberland County Commissioners properly authorize the termination of the jail project. To the contrary, it appears that the council for Cumberland County Improvement Authority merely sent a letter to the jail builder on July 10, 2020 to terminate the project to the detriment of the county. The commissioners have considered the review and the internal county investigation and have authorized that all appropriate action be taken to protect the county's legal and financial interests. In that regard, the county retained the firm of Greenbaum, Rose, Smith, Davis, LLP to do so. In addition, Greenbaum, Rose, Smith, and Davis, LLP have assumed the handling of the county's defense regarding an action entitled CCJ Energy Partners, LLC, versus Cumberland County and the Cumberland County Improvement Authority, in which the tort claim notice has been filed. This suit against the county also arises out of the terminated jail project. The plaintiff seeks $6 million of damage against the county and the CCI arise from a purported agreement that the county also claims was entered into without proper statutory legal procedures being followed and with plain irregularities around the same. The administration believes that a prior mutual defense agreement between the county and the CCIA as to this suit also entered without proper statutory procedure being followed. It is improper and the county is seeking to withdraw from the same. Finally, the county has been sued multiple times by the federal and state court alleging poor or inappropriate conditions in the county jail and has continued to incur thousands of dollars of legal fees as to the same. Arguably, these suits and costs may have been lessened if the terminated jail project had been completed as planned. It is the intention of the Cumberland County Commissioners to fully communicate to the residents and the taxpayers of Cumberland County and the public all information specifications that may be disclosed legally and without harming the county's legal position as soon as possible. We ask for patience and understanding while the legal process proceeds in due course, and we will communicate more when we can. So that's the first step, Mr. Hawk, and hopefully other people that have questions. And as we get into this, and we can, we will put out more press releases, and hopefully it answers your questions as it comes to us.
So because it's litigation, I'm not
Yeah,
sure
I
how
can't
many
answer a
questions
lot.
you're going to answer.
Yeah, I can't answer a lot, but go ahead.
Fair's
So,
fair.
yeah, well,
That piece of paper, is that going to be available for us to look at?
yeah,
To
it's
see?
a press release, so I
That's a
want-
press release?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it will be available. And again, there's certain things we cannot say, and when we can't, I will not. But if we can, we will absolutely
Okay.
let you know, so.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
But, yeah, we want to make sure.
Quick question, Director, this is Donna Pearson. Is the press release, is that press release issued on behalf of the county and the board itself?
Right, what do you think?
What's that?
The press release. Is it your statement?
It's
or is
our, so, Ms. Pearson, you're asking if we're gonna, do you want to vote on this, release this?
I'm asking if the press release is an official statement on behalf of the county and this board. Just a simple
Yeah,
clarification.
I'm thinking, so I'm gonna say it's, it would be a,
So it says, it
Yes,
says Cumberland County
Yep.
Commissioners.
so it is
That
an
is
official
what we're
release of our
Yeah.
commissioners, yes.
Okay, did I miss the discussion on it? I'm not sure.
It would, Mr. Johnson, did you send this email to the different commissioners? Was this a result of the start of, was this sent out to different commissioners?
That's what it was. Yeah, it was discussed on the last work section.
It has been discussed a couple of times. It is nothing different than was communicated in a executive session,
in a longer memo?
in a longer memo.
Which is all well and good, which
Okay.
is all fine. My question is now an official press release on behalf of the county. It's not discussion. So I just wanted to clarify for my benefit.
All right, so let me make.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
All
much.
right, so let me make sure I say it right then. It is an official press release that says right on the top of the Cumberland County Commissioner, the commissioners. It is a stance of why we're starting this procedure. We did you asked about last meeting, the meeting before, and we approved this, our attorney, and waited till they filed their motions. So, yes, this is the first step, so I hope that, okay. So, and in the future, there will be more of these. So, okay. Can we have a motion? We have a motion, oh, go ahead, sorry.
We have executive session motion. Resolution 2023-255, resolution providing for a meeting not open to the public in accordance with the provisions of the New Jersey Senator Byron and Mayor Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-12. Matters relating to the purchase, lease, or acquisition of real property or investment of public funds. Matters relating to litigation, negotiations, and the attorney-client privilege. Matters relating to the employment relationship.
Could I have a first and a second to go to executive session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Roll call.
Roll call.
Commissioner Pearson?
Yes.
Commissioner Musso?
Yes.
Commissioner Saleo?
Yes.
Commissioner Lewis?
Yes.
Deputy Director Romero?
Yes.
Director Albright?
Yes. And then, so we'll clear the room, and then we will, Ms. Pearson will call back.
Roll call.